Kia ora koutou, Markie here, the grizzled walrus of retroactive jealousy. You don't see my grizzled face very often these days because I've been making lots of videos where I'm putting the camera at something else. Like, for example, today when I'm showing you my playlist, my YouTube playlist on retroactive jealousy, which will try and scroll down in a way that you can easily see as we go through this video. So this is a video about why, if we're a retroactive jealousy YouTube channel, we don't always talk about retroactive jealousy. Okay, and the other thing that I like to point out at the beginning of videos is this is a neurodiverse neurodiverse channel. So the presentation is not what you would expect for the average channel. It's more homely, more conversational, more tangential, less smooth and fluid, but I think more interesting than a lot of other kind of styles, than a neurotypical style of presentation. If you don't know what neurodivergent or neurodiverse is, check it out on some of the other videos. Okay, so on with the video. Why are we talking about this? Why do we not just do retroactive jealousy videos? Well, there are two reasons for this. One is because you can only kind of say so much about retroactive jealousy. Certainly on a regular basis, without beginning to just repeat stuff or scrape the barrel. So what we do on this channel is we only produce a video on retroactive jealousy when we've got something, either something new to say, or maybe we can approach an existing aspect of retroactive jealousy that we've maybe covered before, but approach it in a new and unique way. There's some channels that I follow that do some really great content on a particular topic, but they put themselves under pressure to produce, a video on that topic once a week, say, or something like that, and therefore they end up the content can become a bit thin, basically. So we've done, I know it's over 120 videos on retroactive jealousy, and they're all available on a playlist on the channel, so you can get to them straight away if you don't want to look at the other content that we do. And I think it might be 150 or more now, including this thing that you can see on the screen now is a program, Lockdown RJ Free Daily Recovery Program. And that's a program that we produced during the first COVID lockdown, which gave somebody something to do every day, an action to do every day to tackle retroactive jealousy. Now this program is as relevant when we're not in lockdown as it is in lockdown. So it's just something to point out to you that that's available. So there's, I think, over 35 days of daily actions and daily information for retroactive jealousy. So at some point I must kind of rebrand that, if you like, because I don't want people to feel that it's not relevant anymore, because I think people would get a huge amount from those particularly. So if you look, we've covered, so you can see all those ones, but other ones as well. Retroactive jealousy, what makes for holistic recovery, stages and phases of recovery. So attachment theory demystified. So that's not a video that's exclusively about retroactive jealousy, but attachment theory is so integral to retroactive jealousy that we've included it in there. And there's quite a few videos that are like that. They're kind of crossover videos. So including, videos that we've done that are around about what if you've got retroactive jealousy and you've also got ADHD? What if you've got retroactive jealousy and you've also got autism? So we covered it from a whole bunch of different, some of it is myth busting, retroactive jealousy and a red herring. So we looked at different angles. We looked at a spiritual and religious angle, not from a denominational place, not trying to convert anybody to anything in particular, but just looking at how that might have an impact on both the recovery and possibly the cause of retroactive jealousy. Retroactive jealousy when nothing else works. So they go on and on and on and on. There's tons of content on retroactive jealousy that you can access just by going into the playlist if you don't want to look at the other stuff. But some of the other stuff is about often focuses on mental health things and things that might be relevant to you. So do check out the other stuff as well. So that's kind of why we do it. And also the other reason, I like to make videos when I'm feeling excited. I'm really, buzzed up and keen and in the moment. And if I just sort of decided that, oh, I ought to make a retroactive jealousy video today, you know, I don't think they would have the same buzz to them, really. So this is what we do. Why do we do it? Well, there's a couple of reasons we do videos on retroactive jealousy. I'm a psychotherapist. I've recovered from retroactive jealousy myself. I want to help other people recover by sharing some of the tips. And also, we run a therapy practice, which is online, and we can reach and help people all over the world. So we do a lot of stuff that's free. We put a lot of free content out there, and there's like the free program. There's other free stuff that we make available to people, and we provide a service. So the retroactive jealousy is like a very soft sell on the services that we offer. We know we're not in people's faces saying, you know, you should come and see us for therapy, but we make it we gently make people available that we are available, and that's what we do. I'm a psychotherapist. A couple of specialist areas, mainly focused around sex and relationships, and we have a team of people that are all experienced therapists that have worked with a whole wide range of things and have been trained and now specialise in retroactive jealousy. So that's why you'll see a whole bunch of other things. Let me show you what other stuff we've got in my candid low-tech way. How do I do that? Bear with me. Right. So here so this is going to show you some of my private playlists as well, actually, because they're coming up too. They're the ones that you can't see, but mainly we'll be showing you the ones. So Markie on addiction, whole thing on that. Psych songs, so we do a whole series on, let's lose this Brian Johnson video. We do a whole series on analysing songs that might have something to do with psychology. We've got codependency, so that's codependency and retroactive jealousy, lots of crossover there. So that's something you might want to check out. I kind of also demystify paranormal and supernatural and things like that, not from any kind of belief system. Comes from a completely objective kind of, well, you know, it could be this, it could be that. Stand-up comedy, so I've done stand-up comedy and training in people in stand-up comedy. I've run courses in that, so we've got stuff on that. The Art of Elegant Speech, that's one of my favourite series, how to talk better, talk proper. Another one, like demystifying a paranormal topic, demystifying migraine. It's quite an amusing one because it's got footage of me while I'm having a migraine and I can't talk properly, so that's quite pretty hilarious, actually. So here's some of my private ones. I've got stuff on learning and understanding Maori culture better, because that's something that I'm working on. Taranaki transgender assessment and counselling, lots of stuff on transgender and that kind of thing. Demystifies Aleister Crowley. Room 101 series, so that's a kind of fun but ranty series about things that annoy me. Tackling sex offenders series, that's another demystifying one, because that's something I have specialist knowledge in. What have we got? All sorts of things. Domestic and relationship abuse, that's a big theme that I like to work with. I do reviews on TV series as well, in my very neurodiverse way. All sorts of things. So the one on Dexter. So the song analysis ones, I've broken them down into smaller playlists which focus on particular bands. So there'll be a whole bunch of videos on New Model Army. And one of the most recent ones, videos I've done on Markie mailbags, where people have done Q&A. One of the done lots of stuff on the psychosexual stuff and on the dangers of pornography, not from a moralistic perspective, but from a psychological and research-based perspective. And recently I've done a lot of stuff around the band All About Eve, and I've created, for my own listening pleasure really, a playlist of all different kinds of non-album material, so you can access B-sides, songs that they've played live, maybe that have never been featured on an album, that kind of thing. But also interviews, and also I've put some of my All About Eve material on there as well. So it's really, and stuff like the spin-offs and crossovers. So other bands that former members of All About Eve have formed and been in. So it's a really good. I put it on when I'm working, and I put it on the shuffle thing, and I love it. And it's always like there's things that I've listened to again and again, and things I haven't, I've hardly heard. I've only maybe listened to once that are on there. So check out that playlist. So what else can we show you? Bardic. I'm involved in the Bardic tradition, which is a Celtic poetry movement. 70-day book challenge, 7-day book challenge, which somebody invited me to do, to read and to review and feature some books in 7 days. Psychic vampirism, all kinds of things. Poetry, reading other people's poetry. I'm going to do some stuff reading my own poetry as well, because I'm a member of the Bardic tradition. Watching next, so that's just a playlist for me. You won't see this if you go into my channel, because it just shows you the public stuff. My close-up encounter with a fur seal, which was pretty cool. So all sorts of stuff. But if you just want the Retroactive Jealousy, you can just have the Retroactive Jealousy. And then the Retroactive Jealousy videos, they fall into a smaller playlist as well, so they're broken down. So certainly where something's in a series, you can access the whole series just by going into the playlist. When I first started on YouTube, had a lower number of followers. They would only let me record really short videos, so I had to do things in series. So that's why you get lots of things that are, part 1, part 2, part 3, that are all about 10 minutes long. That YouTube let me do longer videos now, so that doesn't happen so much. But you can easily follow those videos that are in series, so it won't be an issue. So there you go, Markie on Halloween, because I've done a lot of stuff on seasonal festivals and the meaning of them and the origin of them, where they come from. That's it, Markie on Sci-Fi. So that's all the reviews I've done of different series. Markie's Relaxation with Nature, that's a popular one. And I've also done one on like waterfalls and things like that. So loads of stuff to watch if you're not into Retroactive Jealousy, loads of stuff to watch if you are into Retroactive Jealousy. But that's why we're a Retroactive Jealousy channel that doesn't always feature Retroactive Jealousy videos. Thank you for watching. Rangimarie.